Welcome all. It's time for another exciting edition of the show with no name. And I hope you guys are ready to rock. I hope you're ready for some English excitement, some interaction, and I hope you're ready to laugh and play with us. So everybody on board, because it's time
10,
for
9,
liftoff.
8, 7,
Let's go.
6, 5,
Come on.
4, 3,
You know what to do.
2, 1.
Here we
0.
go.
Ignition. Liftoff. Liftoff. 30 minutes after the hour.
Get ready. Hold on to your hats. Strap on your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelts. Hold on to your hats.
And get ready for the ride of your life.
The show with no. It's show with no name time. On Vaughn Radio.
It's the show with no name.
Let's go.
Howdy, folks. Howdy. That's the Texas way of saying hello. Howdy. I'm sure you've heard Richard Vaughn use that one in the past. Speaking of, you can listen to Richard Vaughn every day and learn a little from his expertise. Expertise es habilidad, pericia, conocimientos. And all of our amazing presenters here on Vaughn Radio. We've got Chris Frank, which, as you guys know, he's hosting our upcoming trivia night. That's this Wednesday, February 7th, 2024. It's at 8:30 p.m. and it's at Real Madrid. Don't miss it. We're all going to be there. And support Chris. It'll be his first time hosting. Although, if it's anything like his radio show, I'm sure he's going to do a fantastic job. So it's this coming February 7th, 8:30 p.m. It's Vaughn Radio Trivia Night at Real Madrid. Beer, buddies, trivia, lots of fun. Join us. More information on social media. If you're following us on social media, then you will be in the know, enterados. And if you are in the know, then you'll know that we've got a very, very extremely special birthday today. Folks, give it up for the one and only Chris Valrol. It's her birthday. Happy birthday, Chris. We love you. Oh, no, wrong one. Wait. Hang on. Let me do that again. Rewind. Good morning, Chris. We love you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Chris. We love you.
We love you.
Hey, don't take my word for it. Lara just said it. We love you. Many greetings from me, and I'm sure all of your classmates as well, and all of your all of the people who are lucky enough to call you a family member or a friend. I know I'm very lucky to have you as a friend, and I wish you a happy birthday. And I'm so honored that you're spending this day where you can be doing anything here, having some show with no name magic with your fellow show with no namers. And we've got a great show, Chris. Don't think we're not having a party today. So let's get this party started with this week's question of the week.
Question of the week.
All right, amigos, the question of the week. As you guys know, every week, this is just an opportunity to get you guys speaking. Because let's be honest here, you guys have plenty of opportunities to listen. Just tune into Vaughn Radio, download our free app, and you can listen 24/7, 365, for Christ's sake. But many of you lack that opportunity, that chance to vocalize, to speak aloud, to express yourself. And that's what this section is all about, folks. The question of the week. Now, how does it work? I know many of you know it, but I'll go over the basics here. And by the way, a nice round of applause to everybody who has participated week after week. You know who you are. Thank you. Thank you for making this section a complete success. And also, keep up the great work. You guys are improving. I've actually heard the improvements in all of you. So what can I say? I can't ask for much more there. All right, this week, it's not going to be as deep. A little bit, but we're not going as deep as last week. This week, I want to know how you measure success. What is success to you? First, let's pronounce those two tricky words there. Measure. Dilo conmigo, por favor. Bajo volumen. Measure. Beige. Eso. Measure. Beige. Same sound. Measure. And success. I've heard a lot of people say success. Success. Suck como chupar. Success. Pero todo junto. Success. So how do you measure success? ¿Cómo mides tú el éxito? And you can tell us in a 1-minute voice note. Always start by introducing yourself, obviously. No matter how many times you've participated, tell us who you are. Then answer the question, and then also, of course, say goodbye, a little shout out, whatever you'd like. That's in your hands. But remember, the idea is to speak in English, and I want your personality to come out. I want it to shine, brillar. And I can help you. As you guys know, every week when we listen to them on Friday, I correct. I'm like, listen, cuidado aquí. La pronunciación no es así, es así. This is key stuff. I couldn't help you with this stuff in the past, but now I can. So participate in this week's question of the week. Send me an email. You can send it to aalonso@grupovon.com. Keep it at around a minute, and I look forward to hearing from you. All right, folks, ready for some participation? All right, it's the pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Yeah. Let's go. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. That's right, folks. Welcome to our pop quiz. This is where we put you to the test. Well, let's be honest. We put you to the test all throughout the show, and hopefully you guys rise to the challenge. You always do. All right. Well, this is a little audio excerpt from Natural English by the one and only Ximena Holiday. I want you to listen to this clip And then, as always, I have a job for you. Is everybody ready? This is from Natural English. It is available right now at the Von Tienda. All you have to do is go to our website, vontienda.com. If you're looking for courses or information about other things that we do here at Vaughn, such as Vaughn Town, group courses, the Disney stuff. Also, you've got the new Harry Potter weekend camps, which is, I mean, that sounds awesome. I'm not a Harry Potter fan, but if I were, I think that would be totally awesome. And as you know, in my latest book, This Book is the Shit, there's a Harry Potter chapter. So is there a lot of English you can learn from Harry Potter? Well, you can bet your bottom dollar. Pues claro que sí. All right. This is a little audio excerpt from Natural English.
Chapter 68, when you're estimating or predicting.
Cuando estás estimando, prediciendo. 4 key expressions.
Off the top of my head.
A bote pronto, así de repente.
In the long run, in the short run, in the long term, in the short term.
A largo plazo, a corto plazo.
To play it by ear.
Improvisar.
A ballpark figure. An estimate.
Un número aproximado.
More useful English. Vocabulary. Forecast.
Previsión, pronóstico.
To backfire.
Salir el tiro por la culata.
Exploits.
Hazañas.
Common mistake.
Un momento libre no se dice a free moment, sino
A spare moment. Exaggerate. Tour de force.
gran logro.
Phrasal verb. To map out.
Planear.
Set phrases. Need I say more?
¿Hace falta decir más?
Educated guess.
Estimación fundamentada.
By the way, Jake, when are you going to be a nice guy and send me that forecast? I asked you for it 2 weeks ago. Don't force me to have to beg.
Don't worry, my dear. Have I ever let you down?
Well, like yesterday, maybe?
But you're asking me to draw up a forecast. You want me to make predictions. That's not an easy thing to do, especially about the future.
Come on, Jake. It's not funny anymore. We're the only department that hasn't sent in a forecast.
Listen, off the top of my head, I can say that in the long term, sales will grow in the range of 135% with a 142.7% rise in gross margin.
You say 142.7%. Off the top of your head? Why not 142.72?
You know, I'm not one to make forecasts. It's a waste of time. I simply make sure we double or triple sales and profits year after year. Don't ask me to draw up analytical predictions on my own brilliance and flair. They're bound to backfire. I'll bring the company another 40% of its overall profits, and the bosses know it. Let's just tell them we're closing so many deals right now that we don't have a spare moment to forecast our triumphs and accomplishments. Our exploits are well known throughout the organization. Just send them a paragraph saying we're ahead of the curve and forecast a tour de force for the coming year.
Jake, the management says you tend to play it by ear a little too much with no planning. They say if you could learn how to plan, estimate, and map things out, our department would achieve even more impressive results.
Okay, Caroline, take out a pencil and paper. Write down what I'm going to dictate to you and send it to the big boss. Dear Mr. Carpenter, my team and I have just closed 4 deals worth $70 million. These deals will go into effect early next fiscal year. Therefore, by the looks of things, we predict that sales will rise next year in the range of 135%, with a gross margin of approximately $24 million. Need I say more? And this, sir, is not a ballpark figure, nor an educated guess. It's my estimate based on signed contracts, which means it is neither an estimate nor a forecast. It's a promise. Sincerely, Jake Johnson.
All right, great job, Jake Johnson. Or are you really Richard Vaughn? Richard Vaughn and Lucia Freil, and they were just doing really natural English there. I mean, that's stuff that you always hear native speakers using. And this is called Natural English, Tu Guía Definitiva del Inglés Natural. It's available at vaughntienda.com. In fact, if you register at our Vaughn Tienda right now on our website, you get a 5% discount. So do the math. It's normally 25 euros, well, just under 25 euros, and you get hours of audio and you learn English like a native speaker. And it's part of the collection, also produced by Ximena and her team, and it's English grammar. There's another one called English pronunciation, and the one that we're looking at today, natural English. All right, well, I'm going to ask you for 3 idiomatic expressions, 3 totally native things that came up in this audio, and we'll see if you guys are able to figure it out. All right, let's check it out here. We've got our first one. Now, for the sake of simplicity, let's put them all in the same comment, okay? The first one is, I always mix this up, a bote pronto or a brote pronto. I always mix it up in Spanish. But in English, it means without thinking about it too much. So to do something or to kind of improvise a bit. No, well, not to improvise is the second one. So really this, let me tell you, you know what we're going to do? I'm just going to look at it y lo voy a aprender de una vez por todas. Once and for all. Oh, I almost said it aloud too. All right, a bote. It's not brote. Okay, a bote pronto. So it means spontaneously, without thinking about it very much. All right? That's the first one. The second one is to improvise. So if I tell you, we're going to go there and we're going to book a hotel, and you say, well, no, let's just improvise. But you don't say improvise. You give me another way to say it. So let's see if you guys know that one over there. Okay, that's number 2. And number 3 is an idiomatic expression, really a word that comes from baseball, which means an estimate or a rough estimate, una estimación más o menos. So the first one is to say something spontaneously without thinking about it too much. Number 2, to do something improvising. So we're not going to plan too much. We'll improvise, okay? And the last one is a synonym for an estimate. Y fijaos, el verbo es estimate. Y el verbo, el sustantivo es estimate. Can I get an estimate? Can you estimate? All right, so let's see how you guys do.
Stop making resolutions and start making progress with your English in the new year. We've got something for everyone under the sun. Every level, every age, every budget. Grupo Vaughn has got you covered no matter what you're looking for. Whether it be master's courses, group or one-to-one classes, either online or in person. Vaughntown, a true immersion experience. Disney English and Vaughn Jr. for the kids. Oxford Test of English. Camps for kids of all ages. Online courses. And a wealth of other resources at vaughntienda.com. Stop by one of our centers for a free level test or a sample class from one of our top teachers. Why wait? There's no time like the present. Start the year off on the right foot. You can contact us at our website, grupovaughn.com, or give us a call at 911-385831. And make sure you're following us on social media. Let's get going. Pongámonos en marcha.
That's right, folks. More information about everything we offer over at our website. It's grupovaughn.com. And follow us on social media. Again, that's another way to know what's going on in the Vaughn world. You know about the trivia nights, special deals, and events as well. All right, let's see who's in the house. We've got the birthday girl front row center. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Go, shorty. It's your birthday. We're going to party like it's your birthday. We're going to sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give a it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Chris. She says, morning, dear show with no namers. Let's go. I love your attitude there. Laura's on board. She says, good morning, lovely show with no namers. Happy birthday to a very special person, Chris Valrol. Yes, I second the motion. Born to Iron Man. He says, morning, folks. Happy birthday, Chris. Wow, lots of love going around today. Chris says, thank you, because you make me feel like a fortunate person. I don't know if that's the song you were going for there. Thank you, Laura. Laura says, a bote pronto. A bote. Yeah, I always, for some reason there, I want to say a brote pronto. But I got it now. I'm just thinking un bote. Boing. Like I just associated it. You know what? The things I tell you to do, I'm actually telling myself to do at the same time. Think about it. I always tell you, associate something. I just said bote pronto. I just associated it with a basketball. It might not have anything to do with a basketball, but now I've got it. It's clear, crystal clear. Thank you, Laura. See, you guys, you're my teachers too. Let's see. Laura's participating in our pop quiz. Awesome, Laura. She is on fire already. The first one. Off the top of my head, I can think of a million reasons to listen to the show with no name. Oh, thank you. Not only is it correct, but it's very sweet of you. Thank you. You just made my day, Laura. So, off the top of my head, lo usamos siempre. Siempre. How did you, where did you get that idea? Off the top of my head. No lo he pensado mucho tampoco. No le he dado más, right? And the second one, do not worry about the meeting. We will play it by ear. Excellent. To play it by ear, improvisaremos. We use it a lot. Again, this is natural English for a reason. That's why these idiomatic expressions are in this book. Let's play it by ear. Off the top of my head. I'm serious. We use those all the time. All right, let's see. The third one. She says, I'd like to renovate my house, and I've asked the contractor to give me a ballpark estimate. Great job, Laura. Also, we use it with es frase hecha, a ballpark figure. Alberto, how much was that, that work you had done on your house? Well, a ballpark, I don't remember. A ballpark figure. Okay? O se puede decir a secas ballpark. No, si yo te digo ballpark, no significa que vayas al estadio de béisbol. It means estima, estimación. Entonces, te dicen, how much do you want for that campaign? Well, we haven't decided. We still have to figure in, ballpark, más o menos. Excellent job, Laura. There's Born to Iron Man in the house. He says, off the top of my head, FYI's got 600,000 downloads. Well, 610, 11, something like that. But yes. He says, I've just made an estimated guess, but that could be a ballpark figure. Excellent. All right, and he says, needless to say, it'll draw up to 1 million in no time. There's no doubt about it. Great job. Excellent. Let's see. Alberto, He says, greetings from Tijuana, Mexico. What? You are an early bird, Alberto. And I got to be honest, I love your name. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And I hope you'll join us in the second part of today's show. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with tons more. So, say it with me. Stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to part 2 of today's show with no name on Vaughn Radio, where English is exciting, it's interactive, and it's addictive. Hey, I warned you. Avisados estáis. English is addictive here on Vaughn Radio, and it's not an accident. As you know, there's the Vaughn method. So there's a method to our madness. Como decimos, hay un método a la locura. We're all very different, but we all follow the Vaughn method that was started by the one and only Richard Vaughn, who you can listen to every freaking day right here for free. And it's Richard Vaughn Live. You also have the Pro Bow Show with the quirky, poco convencional, the quirky Rob Grams. You've got Ximena Holiday, and she will test your English every day right after this show. Right before this show, you've got No Excuses with Fitz. You've got Let's Get Random with Ruby, where you can talk about anything and everything. You've got The Salad with the Wacky Dave Boys. And you've got Drive Time with Kyle Miller. And our latest, greatest shows. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Vaughn Radio proudly presents 2 brand spanking new shows. You can join Ruby every weekday on her program Speak Up from 3 to 4 p.m. Speak Up is for students who are just getting started and superstars who want to go over the basics. Let Ruby guide you through the English experience on her new program, Speak Up, on Vaughn Radio from 3 to 4 p.m. And Frankly Speaking, hosted by Chris. This program will be on every evening from 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And in Frankly Speaking, Chris Frank will make you feel like you were at the restaurant or bar with him in a totally native conversation. Learn English as you have fun with Frankly Speaking. So make sure you check out our 2 latest programs. You're gonna love them. Frankly Speaking with Chris from 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. and Speak Up with Ruby from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. I have a feeling, I have a hunch you're gonna love these new programs. Exclusively on Vaughn Radio. Don't miss them. Download the free app and you don't have to miss any of our programs. Folks, it's time for the Say What soundbite. Say what? What? Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? 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 That's right, folks. We're ready to hear a native person speaking English right now. Where is this person from? You tell me. You tell me. What's going on in the scene here? Or what's going on in the interview or the audio clip? You tell me. All right? What's the gist of it? The main idea, the bottom line. And when you know that, you can send it to us in the group. Remember, you can participate live every day here on the show with no name. But if you can't, we still love you. And you can listen wherever you get podcasts. Just search for The Show with No Name. And you can also get my self-produced podcast that comes out every Friday for your English. And stay tuned. There's always bonus episodes coming out. If you're in my community, you get a bonus episode every week. But if not, you got to be really patient. And just recently, the Gardens bonus episode came out, where we look at some great vocabulary that you can use around the garden. And just think about it, folks. Why did I do that? Well, if you're ready to have some nice tomatoes or whatever this summer, you're going to want to start thinking about planting them soon. Not too soon. Wait till there's no more frost. But the Gardens episode, it's from season 4. It's episode 14. It came out probably a year or so ago, maybe a little longer, but you got the second part out now. I just shared the link with you. But either way, guys, you should follow the podcast the same way you follow the show with no name. Just click follow, and then you just, every Friday, ding, you got a new episode of FYI. And last Friday, we took a look at corporations. That episode's very popular. Lots of downloads there. Also, this weekend, I released the bonus episode on cults, sectas. So you've got bonus episodes coming out all the time. The next episode, this coming Friday, is fire. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. That's right. And after fire, dictators. Oh, man. That'll be a fun one. Dictators. After dictators, my mom's joining me, and we'll be taking a look at the Bible. Oh, yeah, folks. All right, folks, say what soundbite. As always, I want you to listen carefully, and I want you to tell me what you hear in your best English. Is everybody ready? Here's your Say What soundbite for the first time.
Your Majesty certainly has a way with dumb animals. Now then, perhaps I can divine a solution to this thorny problem. But it would require the use of a mystic blue diamond. It's necessary to find the princess's suitor.
All right, there you go. And that's today. Sounds very dramatic if you ask me, but we're not asking me. I'm asking you guys what you heard. All right, so let me give it to you a second time, and then we'll hear from you guys. You tell me what you heard. I don't think it's too hard today. I could be wrong. Well, here it is. This is your Say What soundbite for the second time. You'll hear it an additional 2 times.
Your Majesty certainly has a way with dumb animals. Now then, perhaps I can divine a solution to this thorny problem. But it would require the use of a mystic blue diamond. It's necessary to find the princess's suitor.
Do you know about Vaughn groups? Well, I'm going to tell you all about them. They are group English classes that you can do via video conference or in person. And the good news is you can start whenever you want. And you can keep the same timetable, teacher, and classmates throughout the whole course. And the best part, there's no strings attached. Sin compromiso. And if you act now, you can get a 5% discount for paying up front. And if you stick with the course for 6 months, you'll get a 50% discount in June. Wow, what a deal! As if you needed more reasons to learn English with Vaughn. Check out our Vaughn groups. Have fun and make friends as you learn English. Sign up now while there are still spots available. Call us 911-385831. Or you can go to our website, grupovaughn.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media and find out if Vaughn groups are for you. That's right, amigos. Vaughn groups. Again, we've got something for every budget. We've even got stuff that is for self-study, autoestudio. Just go to our vaughntienda.com. Either way, if you go to our main website, grupovaughn.com, it can take you to the tienda. It can take you to the radio. It can take you wherever you want to go in this world. All right, well, English can. Sure it can. It's opened many doors for me in my life. I can tell you that right now. All right, let's go on over to our virtual classroom. We've got Chris Valrol, the birthday girl, participating. And she says, this is in the pop quiz. She says, off the top of my head, I'd say today's a great day. Oh, yeah. You shouldn't do any thinking today. Just enjoy it. She says, I play the flute by ear. True story. All right, well, this is good, but this would be literally. Okay, so just to explain the difference, I can play the piano by ear. But if we say to play it by ear, like the expression to play it by ear, it means let's not make plans. No hagamos planes. Let's play it by ear. So it's a little bit different. That's the literal meaning of it, okay? Let's see. She says it's not a ballpark figure. Excellent job, Chris. A ballpark figure. Una estimación. FYI has more than 500,000 downloads. Yeah, it was the song. Oh, cool. I read your mind there. All right. Born to Iron Man says, welcome aboard, Alberto and Viva Mexico. Whoa, what's up? Alberto says, this is my first time watching the show live. Well, I'll tell you something. Your classmates are all welcoming you with open arms. All right. Anybody want to participate in our Say What soundbite? If not, we've got to move on to our spelling bee. Going once. Going twice. Maybe I should give you a little more time. So I never know with this. I'm like, is it that nobody's participating, or is it because a lot of times when I move on, then I get flooded with comments. So there is also, I imagine, a little bit of a delay, between when I say it. That's normal, I guess, in a live stream. I don't know. I'm no expert here. All right, going once. Well, I'll tell you what. Either way, if you'd like to participate in the Say What soundbite, you can still do so. But in the meantime, let's get things going in our spelling bee.
Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee.
All right, amigos, it's our spelling bee over here. This is probably one of the most challenging sections on our show every day. This is only for superstar students because, man, I'm going to fly. I have no mercy I'm telling you, guys know me. Round one, I don't care if you get it or not. Not my problem. And sadly, there are many people in life that are like that. Like, oh, you didn't understand me? That's your problem. Wow, what a great communicator. Well, then try and make yourself understood. That's what I always say. Okay, it's, if somebody's like, what, 50 million times, it's going to drive you up a wall. Te va a volver loco, no? But, everybody deserves to understand, or at least be given the chance to understand and be understood. And in the end, the essence of communication is just that. Can you understand me? Can I understand you? Great. We're talking. We're communicating. We don't even have to talk. It can be body language. Don't underestimate the power of body language. Okay? All right. Let's see over here. Chris says, I missed almost all the Say What. I had a phone call. Well, that's okay, Chris. You have an excuse. It's your birthday. But I heard a man saying something about finding a princess. It could be a cartoon and something about animals and a dolphin. All right. I'll give it to you. Let's see. Laura says, I heard an excerpt from a fantasy movie in which a mean man seems to have kidnapped a royal, maybe a princess, and is trying to get a hold of a blue diamond. Excellent, Laura. I want everybody to pronounce that word with me. Diamond. It's not diamond. O sea, quiero que apuntes la palabra. Write down the word right now. And then I want you to cross out the A. Diamond. Diamond. And it's not mond, it's mind. I think I tell you this story all the time. Every time this word comes up, I was in the studio. I was editing. I was doing something. And my daughter comes in and she is literally cracking up. She is rolling on the floor like, Papi, Papi, Papi. I'm like, what happened? And she goes, Mommy said diamond. Mommy said diamond. I'm like, wow. She realized, she's like, it's not diamond. You said diamond. It's not diamond. And I was like, wow. So my daughter's ear is fine-tuned. I noticed that. She noticed, she notices these little nuances. It's incredible. Let's see. We've got Lupe in the house. Hello, lovely Lupe. And she says, I heard a British man talking to another character. It could be a scene from a movie. They are looking for a princess. Great job, Lupe. Great job, Chris, Laura, and Lupe in today's Say What soundbite. All right, is everybody ready for our spelling bee? We're gonna fly here. All right, let's start all the words with a capital letter, and good luck. The first one is CHERRY space ORCHARD. The second one is SEAGULL. The third one is UNCLE space VANYA. The next one, THREE space SISTERS. The fifth one, WEDDING. And the sixth one, MARRIAGE space PROPOSAL. All right. Whoa, that was really fast. Oh, somebody's going to get it. Let's see. Born to Iron Man says, my 2 cents, and this is regarding the Say What soundbite. He says, my 2 cents, mi granito de arena. Hey, wait a second. You know what I smell? Do you guys smell that? My 2 cents, mi granito de arena. Adding a little bit. The character talking says he can devise a solution for these problems. All right, great. You guys, this is a team over here. I love it. We really have a team effort over here. All right, let's see. Born to Iron Man is taking a stab at it. Let's see how he did. Born to Iron Man, the first one is correct. The second one is correct. The third one is also correct. The fourth one is perfect. The fifth one is great. And the sixth one? Is also perfect. Wow. Dude. Unbelievable. What an amazing job. And it seems like you just sent the other comment a moment before. I don't know how you do it, honestly. Excellent job. Hats off to Born to Iron Man. Also to Laura. Wow. What can I say? I'm speechless right now. Honestly, I'm totally speechless right now. Oh, wait, another one. Ladies and gentlemen, the Holy Trinity. Rounding it off there, Chris Valrol. Wow. All right. So, Born to Iron Man, Laura, Chris, take a breather. Tómate un descanso. You nailed it in round 1. Now it's time for round 2. Is everybody ready? All right. This is a speed, a pace, un ritmo, that I think everybody should be able to get. Okay? Because this is like teacher English now. W-R, no apuntas esto, pero es para verte el ritmo. W-R-E-S. No? So this should be relatively easy for all levels. Second round. Here we go. The first word is CHERRY space ORCHARD. The second one, SEAGULL. The third one is UNCLE space VANYA. The fourth one, THREE space SISTERS. The fifth one, WEDDING. And the sixth one, MARRIAGE space PROPOSAL. There you go, my amigos. You've got 6 words well, more than 6 words. You've got 6 plays, obras de teatro, more specifically, 6 Chekhov plays. And we've got another winner in there, Lupe. That's right. Great job today, folks. Yes, well, these are all plays that were written by Russian playwright. And this is an interesting word because write, tú pensarías playwright, escribe obras, ¿no? De teatro. Pero no, a playwright se escribe como los hermanos Wright. So play, eso es igual, pero es una palabra junta. Playwright, pero es W-R-I-G-H-T, no es write, escribir, aunque son homófonos. And we're going to get to our homophone section in just a little bit. But the Russian theater, especially during this time, there was definitely a movement towards realism. I know I studied theater, so I can tell you about this. So this writer, this playwright, along with Konstantin Stanislavski, he was a Russian actor, playwright, who developed a technique, a method for realistic acting, okay? And a lot of the techniques that you see these days, Stella Adler, all the other acting techniques, a lot of them came from Stanislavski, Chekhov, and, these heavyweights from Russian theater. So it was the Russians who changed theater, and they went for realism, but real, like they wanted you to feel, if it was cold, they wanted you to feel the cold in the theater. If somebody was, lost a family member on stage, one of the characters, they wanted that crying to be real. So there was a push because before that, I guess it was more like sitcom-y. Sitcom es como un programa de televisión, like Big Bang Theory. It was like stock characters, personajes estereotípicos, stock characters, and, like almost like comedia dell'arte. In fact, if you want to see the parallel between our modern day sitcoms, you just have to look at comedia dell'arte. You had all your stock characters, la princesa, el villano, right? So, but this wanted to kind of, even if you had the good guy and the bad guy, you need that in drama, the push and the pull. At the same time, there was a fight for realism. And today, in the year, where was I? The year 1901. So this was at the turn of the century. Anton Chekhov's Three Sisters premiered at the Moscow Art Theater. And the Moscow Art Theater is where many of these plays took place that these people produced, including Stanislavski, Chekhov, and many other, I would say, pioneers in the world of realistic acting. There you go, folks. Well, we've got to go to a quick commercial break. The good news, we'll be right back. with much more show with no name. So, say it with me. Stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the second half of today's show with no name on Vaughn Radio, where English is exciting, interactive, addictive. Oh, yeah. Hey, it's a positive addiction, isn't it? There are worse addictions out there than learning languages. Vices, vicios, you say, vices. Well, we've got a lot of stuff to cover in the second half of today's show. We're going to kick off with today's homophones. We also have to listen to our Say What soundbite a third time. We're going to learn English at the movies from dialogues, from synopsis, from the behind-the-scenes stories. Any excuse to learn English. Also, we've got Double Trouble, Name That Lyric, famous birthdays, which we already know. We've got a really famous birthday today. Your classmate, the one and only Chris Valrol. An amazing student. An example to follow. And I'm not just saying that because it's her birthday. You know that. If there's one thing you can say about me is I'm sincere. It's really hard for me to blow smoke up someone's ass. ¿Qué? ¿Soplar humo por el culo de alguien? Yeah, bueno, si lo traducimos literalmente. Halagar, no? To kiss somebody's ass. To blow smoke up somebody's ass. Evidentemente, teniendo la palabra ass es vulgar. All right, well, folks, it's time for homophones on the show with no name.
Homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name.
That's right, amigos. This is Homophones, where we look at words that tend to be a bit confusing, but we will demystify these words here on the show today, and we'll look at some rhyming words, which always helps, because if you can pronounce it in that sound in another word, we just have to apply it to that word. And remember this, we learned our own language when I was a little kid. You know how we learned it? We learned it rhyming words. Poem rhymes with home. Poem, home. But come rhymes with numb. Aunque ninguno se parece. Come debería rimar con home, ¿no? Come home, pero no. Come rima con dumb, con una B muda. And home rima con, I can't think of something. Home, bone. Same O sound. Or roam, home. All right? All right, so your first word is a word that's used a lot in English, and in Spanish too. Genial, buenísimo, excellent. Also, it's grande o enorme. Una gran cantidad de gente acudieron. So inmenso o grande. What else is it as well? Bis, si hablamos de abuelos. Mi bisabuelo. Okay. And yeah, it's one of those words you're going to see over and over and over again in English. And I know we've used it here on the show before. The second word I want you to give me is a scraping sound, chirriar or rechinar. Also, it's rayar, to shred vegetables or cheese, right? Queso rallado, por ejemplo, pero lleva una D. So es el verbo rayar. What else? It's also rejilla, so a metal guard or a cover, también. So it's a pretty rich word. Both words are pretty well-known words, and I want to know what the words are and if they sound exactly the same or not. Also, we're going to listen to our Say What soundbite for the third time.
Your Majesty certainly has a way with dumb animals. Now then, perhaps I can divine a solution to this thorny problem. But it would require the use of a mystic blue diamond. It is necessary to find the princess a suitor.
Listen carefully. Can you hear that? No. Listen closer. I'm not talking about the birds chirping. I'm talking about everybody speaking English and feeling comfortable. Listen. This is what it's like at Vaughan Town, a peaceful place where you can really learn English and lose your inhibitions. There's a reason it's one of our star programs. Vaughan Town, lose your fear of speaking English. If you want more information about this immersive experience, go to grupovaughan.com or give us a call, 911-385831. Lose your fear of speaking English and express yourself with clarity at Vaughan Town. That's right, folks. More information about Vaughan Town and all our amazing initiatives over at grupovaughan.com. Also, make sure you're following us on social media. All right, let's see how you guys did in the homophone section. Let's see. Laura says, Esa Cris, como mola, se merece una ola. Hey. I love that one. All right, the first one to participate in our homophone section is Born to Iron Man. And Born to Iron Man, those are the correct words. And he says they sound alike. Laura, those are the correct words. And she says they are homophones. Chris Valrol says and yes, they are the correct words as well. So wait a second, the Holy Trinity here. And you all agree. Oh, wow. I hope you guys are right. Well, let's just say the words, right? The first word, great. Are you coming over later? ¿Te vienes por aquí luego? Great. Esto lo usamos genial. Great, genial, perfecto, right? You look great, right? Great. I've heard people say greet. Greet. It's not greet. Greet es saludar. G-R-E-E-T. Esto es great. Tienes que pensar que rima con 8. So great. 8. Fate. Right? Kate, el nombre de mi tía, my mother, my great, toma, esto no estaba planificado. This is really winging it. Otra forma de decir, to play it by ear here, to improvise. My great aunt's name is Kate. So great and Kate. Hi, Aunt Katie. She's amazing, Aunt Katie. Aunt Kate, my grandfather's sister. So she's still with us, thankfully. But my grandfather, well, that's the end of that. Unfortunately, he passed to pass away or to pass on as fallecer. All right, but some of you not only met your grandparents, but you met your great grandparents, and they were great people. And the example I always tell, there's a funny story. Speaking of my grandma,
Gonna go down memory lane over here, you know. I remember my grandmother, I was at her kitchen table, and a lot of times at her kitchen table, she would give me crayons and I would draw, I would make pictures for her. And I made her a birthday card. Because she would keep me busy cooking, doing stuff. I see what she was doing now, like keeping me busy creating things, helping, not just, she didn't put me in front of the TV. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that. Thanks, Grandma. I know you're listening. And I remember I made her a birthday card, a handmade birthday card. Estas que te las escribes tú a mano. And I put happy birthday to a great grandmother. Ahora, claro, yo quise decir feliz cumpleaños a una gran abuela. También puede ser grande, también, como hemos dicho. What? Well, there was a great amount of people there last night. Pero en este caso, I was saying genial, no, la mejor. My great grandmother, man. And she said, I'm not that old. I'm a grandmother. I'm not a great grandmother. So then that day I realized I should have used fantastic, wonderful, amazing, awesome, but not great, because it changes her title. I mean, she was half joking. My mother told me when I was born, because back then people had kids earlier. And my mother said when I was born, and the news was that I was going to be born came, my grandmother said, I'm not ready to be a grandmother yet. I'm too young. Nevertheless, I couldn't have asked for a better grandmother. So, taking a little trip down memory lane. Oh, y luego también el great, si es el abuelo, el bisabuelo de tu madre, it's your great-great-grandfather. Y acuérdate esto, great-grandma and great-grandpa are your great-grandparents. Lo mismo que grandparents son abuelos, not grandfathers. Esos son dos, hombres. But if you want to say a man and a woman, you say your grandparents. Talking about the family, there's an FYI episode on the family. Hey, good to know. We all have family. It's one thing we all have in common, right? The family. It's great. Well, sometimes. The word is great. Say it with me. It rhymes with fate, hate, rate, valorar o tasar. And the second word, rejilla, rajar, rayar, excuse me. Great. Okay. Here, I'm going to put them in context together and you tell me if they sound the same. I told my grandmother that I thought it was great that she let me grate the cheese. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, great job. And it's true. That's based on a true story. My grandmother was great because she always let me grate the cheese. And when I know now people buy shredded cheese or grated cheese, Parmesan, right? But there's no Parmesan in it. My grandmother had the block of Parmesan cheese, and she would just grate it there right on top of your pasta. Now, is anybody else getting hungry right now? Oh, man. What? No, I didn't mean to cut the cheese. Ay, Dios mío. To cut the cheese es tirarse un pedo. I know, I'm so mature. So mature. So, yes, the words are homophones. Great. This is some great grated cheese, right? So the same words that rhymed with the first word rhyme with the second word because they are indeed homophones. All right, quickly, let's learn from the titles of the Chekhov plays. The first one is The Cherry Orchard. Now, you probably know the word cherry, cereza. But if you know the word apple and you know other fruits, then you'll know that it's a place where there are fruit trees. So if an apple orchard is un huerto de árboles de manzanos, well, what would an orange orchard be, right? So the word es interesante porque es orchard, pero es orchard. Vamos a pronunciarlo. The cherry orchard, que es donde hay cerezos. So an orchard, un campo de árboles de frutos. The second one is a seagull. Anybody feel like going to the beach? Anybody live near the beach? Then you might hear these seagulls. And what is a seagull? Gaviota. A seagull. It's a marine bird, a seagull. The next one, Uncle Vanya. We were just looking at the family. And by the way, my mother is on the FYI episodes with the family. So give it a listen. My mother was on the family episodes. She was also on the mental health episodes. And she's on the upcoming Bible episodes. Yeah, so. All right, the next one is Three Sisters, which premiered today in 1901 at the famous Moscow Art Theater. The fifth one, Wedding. Now, The Wedding, it's called. Just be careful. This is like a Johnny Depp thing, because his name's Johnny Depp. Pero mucha gente, en vez de poner dos P's, pone dos E's. Pues lo mismo, aquí lo ponen Wedding, W-E-E, y no es doble E, es doble D, right? Because weeding es quitando la mala hierba del jardín. Oh, reminds me. Right? Weeds will kill your plants, right? So weeds. Weed también es marihuana, mala hierba. Makes sense, right? Weed. Or wacky tobacco. Have you heard that one? Wacky tobacco. Oh, by the way, the reason I'm telling you all this is because I'm working on an FYI episode on drugs. That's right. So wedding, double D, not double E. The sixth one, this is another word people often mispronounce, marriage. No marriage, marriage, ij. Rima con puente. They had a nice marriage on the bridge. Marriage, ij. Ese sonido ij, clave, language. Marriage, right? No se me ocurre otro, pero el AGS está en todo, ¿no? Marriage proposal. Y eso es una propuesta de casamiento. So great job, amigos. Thanks for your participation. Grab your popcorn because we are going to the movies.
Name that movie.
That's right, amigos. It's Name That Movie only on the show with no name. Let's take a look at this movie we've got for you here today, and hopefully you guys will be able to figure it out. When an expedition to the African Congo ends in disaster, a new team is assembled to find out what went wrong. We looked at the word to backfire before in the audio from Natural English. To go wrong, to backfire, salir por la culata, salir mal. So, when an expedition, eso es fácil, expedición, ¿no? To the African Congo ends in disaster, a new team is assembled, se une, un nuevo equipo, to find out, y por favor, si no tienes esta palabra en tu vocabulario, ponlo. Y no me pones el find, no me pones la D con find, ponlo con out. Find out. That's a find out. Es una buena duda. It's a find out. So, a new team is assembled to find out what went wrong. Eso es un poco trabalenguas. Dilo conmigo. What went wrong? What went wrong? What went wrong? What went wrong? ¿Qué falló? What went wrong? I told you I'm going to teach you Chinese today, too. What went wrong? I know I'm a racist. I know. Call me racist. Why not? It's a popular word to just throw around these days. Like, you don't even know me. How can I be a racist? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got our movie queen and our birthday girl. She's got it. Please give it up for the one and only Chris Valrol. The movie is Congo. Not to be confused with conga. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Feel the music of the music getting stronger. Don't you fight it till you fight it. Do that stronger beat. I can't remember the lyrics, but Gloria Estefan, right? That's a conga. This is the Congo. You know we love playing around here. All right, let's take a look at this over here. It's a movie called The Congo. Obviously takes place in the Congo. The Congo. And let's take a look at the scene that I've chosen for you over here. The character, Mr. Homolka, right, is eating a cake. Se está comiendo una tarta. And the captain says, no captain, captain, dilo conmigo, captain. And the y americanos, captain, captain. Te lo juro. Mira los cereales, captain crunch. Se llama así porque lo pronunciamos así. O sea, nosotros nos comemos la D ahí, pero una buena forma de decirlo, captain, 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 my captain. And he says, Mr. Homoloka. And he says, yes. He says, stop eating my sesame cake. Deja de, stop más el gerundio. O quit, se puede usar los dos. Stop eating my sesame cake. O sea, sésamo, barrio sésamo, the seed, la semilla. We say sesame, sesame, Sesame Street. De hecho, there's an FYI episode on Sesame Street. But here we're talking about sesame cake. Una tarta tradicional de ahí de sésamo. And yes, we use the same expression as you guys. Open sesame. Abre sésamo, right? Same thing. It's only that E se pronuncia como una I latina. Sesame. Sunny day, chasing the clouds away. My daughter loves learning with Sesame Street. All right, but focus, Alberto. Stop talking about cake and Sesame Street. And Homolka pauses in confusion. And he shouts angrily, grita enfadado, stop eating my sesame cake. And Homolka spits out the cake. Escupe. Okay, now, also, to spit it out es solo también cuando alguien no está diciéndote lo que te tiene que decir. So it's not just escupe. O sea, lo usamos en el sentido figurativo también. So, come on, man, spit it out. I don't have all day. Spit it out. But in this case, he literally spits out the cake. And the captain says, what are you doing in my country, bag of shit? A bag of shit or a shit bag? I love that one. You're a real shit bag. Una bolsa de mierda. Te tengo que explicar que no es que es una cosa que llamas a alguien que no te cae bien. Somebody you don't really like, somebody you don't get along with. So he goes, what are you doing in my country, bag of shit? And he says, Captain, please, I only wish to explore and discover. And the captain says, this fellow, este hombre. And he pokes Homolka's face with a stick. We looked at the word poke the other day when we were talking about poker, right? What did we used the joke, I think, was something like, what did the dealer do when the woman fell asleep at the table in the casino? Poker. Darle con el dedo, poker. Porque nos comemos la H. Pues ahí tienes la palabra. So he pokes his face with a stick and he goes, it's a big bag of shit. So he's not phased. He's not phased. No le desconcierta nada. He's not phased. And then the captain says, you should shake this rat from off your neck, right? Deberías quitarte esta rata de tu cuello, ¿no? Sacudirle, to shake. Okay, shake, shook, shaken. Es un verbo un poco raro ahí, right? Shake, shook, shaken. You shook me all night long. You'll hear it in music all the time because shake it también es moverte, ¿no? Shake that booty. So he says, you should take this rat from off your neck. And a rat in English, remember this, you guys say a rat is somebody who's very cheap. For us, a rat is somebody that can't be trusted. Un chivato, un soplo, somebody that can't be trusted. And then he says, he owes money to everyone, everywhere he goes. So, O es deber, O-W-E. Poseer, O-W-E. I-O-W-N. Te lo digo porque mucha gente se equivoca ahí. I own you, tú eres mi dueño. I owe you, me debes, right? Or te debo. Well, you know what I mean. So he says he owes money to everyone, everywhere he goes. I will ask you to wait outside, Mr. Homolka. So there you go, folks, learning some English with movies. And in the last part, we're going to learn with some music as well. We've got much more challenges up ahead, amigos. So much to do in the fourth and final part of today's show. I hope you guys are having fun. We're celebrating Chris Valrol's birthday today here on the show. And we've got a lot to celebrate. Oh, and Chris, some other really cool people celebrating a birthday. I guess today's a day when cool people are born. All right, folks, we'll be right back with the rest of today's show. So stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the fourth and final part of today's show with No Name on Vaughn Radio. Thanks so much for joining us today and every day. If you can't catch the live show, you can always download our podcasts. All of our shows are available on almost every podcast platform. You've got iVox, you've got Spotify, you've got Apple Podcasts, and some others. So follow the show with no name, follow FYI for your English, and learn English and have fun. That's what we do. We've got a lot to cover here in the fourth and final part of today's show. We're going to kick off with our Double Trouble. Then we've got our Say What soundbite for the fourth time. Wow. Jokes, famous birthdays, We've also got Name That Lyric, one of my favorite songs today. Oh, man. I was singing it right before the show. Because sometimes that's one of my rituals. Acuérdate la T y la Uch. Rituals. One of my rituals is to listen to the Name That Lyric as I'm getting ready for the show. And I was singing my heart out. I don't know if you know the song, but it's great vocabulary, and it's an amazing song. But we're not doing that right now. Name That Lyric is last. Right now, it's time for Double Trouble.
Double trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is. Give it up. Double trouble. I said double trouble. Double trouble. I said double trouble.
All right, amigos, it is Double Trouble here on the show with no name, and let's see if you guys can figure out today's Double Trouble. Oh, wait, I'm trying to give you a little clue there. Oh, what is that? What is that animal? Well, maybe that will help you out. Here we go. Ella le ató de pie y manos a su marido porque seguía acaparrando las sábanas. Now, I don't know if that was a punishment or he liked it. Oh, no. Oh, God. All right. So, ella le ató de pie y manos a su marido porque seguía acaparrando las sábanas. We'll see if you guys can figure it out. Remember, you have to use the same word twice. Also, here's your Say What soundbite for the fourth time. Good luck.
Your Majesty certainly has a way with dumb animals. Now then, perhaps I can divine a solution to this thorny problem. But it would require the use of a mystic blue diamond. It is necessary to find the princess a suitor.
Hello?
Hey, Kyle, this is Chris. How you doing?
Good, Chris. How are you?
I'm doing great. Hey, what do you have going on February 7th?
I have nothing going on. What do you have in mind?
Well, I was thinking we haven't done Vaughn Radio Trivia Night yet this year, and I'm available to host.
You know what? We haven't kicked off the year yet. I think that could be a great time.
Yeah, I was thinking we could host at Roll Madrid as usual. Is it available that night?
Absolutely. Amañel 23, Roll Madrid.
Perfect. That's Calle Amañel 23, yeah?
That's the spot.
Awesome. Great. I was thinking 8:30 because that's the usual time, right?
Yeah, that's the usual time. I think that way people will be familiar with it, and they'll know what to expect, which is a good time, as always.
Absolutely. I agree. So perfect.
Vaughn Radio Trivia Night, February 7th at 8:30 p.m. Roll Madrid, Calle Amañel 23.
Hosted by the one and only Chris Frank.
Perfect. I'll see you there then, Kyle.
Looking forward to it.
Great. We'll talk soon.
All right, guys. Don't miss it. It's our trivia night. It's going to be tons of fun, and it's coming up the 7th of February. It's Wednesday, the 7th of February, and it's 2024. It's 8:30 p.m., and it's at Roll Madrid. All right, let's go on over to our Double Trouble. I gave you a little audio. Okay, guys, come on, enough. All right, down, boys, down. All right, well, folks, let's see. Laura's the first one to take a stab at it, and Laura put, she hog-tied her husband because he kept hogging the sheets. Unbelievable. Great job, Laura. Wow. Unbelievable. That's right. So to hog tie somebody is atar como un cerdo, because hog is another way of saying a pig. A hog. H-O-G. So to hog tie is to tie somebody's feet together and their arms. Atar las patas y manos a alguien. Hog tie. I imagine I've never been to one of these slayings, when they have a slaughter, not slaying. La mejor palabra para matanza en cuanto a comida is a slaughter. The pig, I know in the little villages, they have them. They have them even in my father's village and in many villages. But I've never experienced one of these. I mean, I love to eat. I'm a hypocrite. I love eating animals, but I don't want to see them. Like, I don't want to see the process. Like, I want to be separated from it somehow. I get it. People like it. But I guess that's why, right? You tie the hog's arms and legs together. Is that how it works? So she hog-tied her husband because he kept hogging the sheets. And again, I don't know if maybe he liked it. Maybe this wasn't a punishment. Maybe it was some kind of S&M thing, sadomasochista. I don't know. But to hog something is to take more than your portion. So hog es cerdear. Piénsalo. If a hog es un cerdo, un puerco, in America Latina, chancho. I didn't even know that one. A hog is glotón. Don't be a hog. Dragón, glotón. To hog, acaparar, monopolizar. Stop. The best example is that to hog the sheets. Man, you're hogging all the nachos, right? It's like when somebody picks up a nacho and there's 75 nachos stuck to it because of the cheese, right? Hey, we're talking a lot about cheese today, and I think that's great. Cheese, great. Rayar. Okay. All right. Not the funniest joke I've ever come up with. Speaking of jokes, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for You're Joking.
Thank you. Okay, what did the guy say when he walked into the bar? Ouch. Ouch. You get it? Ouch. He walked into the bar. You're joking.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You know it. It is time for You're Joking. Just sit back, relax, enjoy the jokes, especially Chris, because it's her birthday. And yeah, all right. And Chris, even though it's her birthday, she's not trying to hog the spotlight. Es para usarlo en contexto. Hog, acaparar, monopolizar, just so you can hear it in context. And Chris also says, bravo, Laura. It's just my plan to do with my significant other. I don't know whether to say poor Alberto or enjoy. I don't know. I guess it depends on what your thing is, what your kink. Some people like being tied up. I guess it's like a power thing, like relinquishing power. I don't know. I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist, but you can decide in the comfort of your own home, behind closed doors, if it's something you like or if it's a punishment. But now you know, to be hog-tied, to hog-tie, and to hog is to take more than your share, más de lo que estás debido ahí. All right, let's take a look at today's jokes over here, and we'll see if you guys, if you get them. As always, what I do is I repeat the jokes. So I make sure I repeat the jokes and I explain them as well at the end, just to see if you guys can figure them out. What happens when you reach the summit of a mountain? If you didn't know the word summit, you haven't listened to the FYI episode on Mount Everest. I've got an FYI episode on Mount Everest where we talk about the word summit, es cumbre. Pero también es el verbo, llegar a la cumbre. I'll give it to you in context. They say you have to summit Everest before 1 p.m. because then you got to go back down, right? So you got to reach the summit to summit. So what happens when you reach, vamos a usar el verbo. What happens when you summit a mountain? Well, honestly, it's all downhill from there. Se traduce igual en español, si no me equivoco. What happens when you reach the summit or when you summit a mountain? It's all downhill from there. Es todo cuesta abajo. Yeah, if something has gone downhill, ha ido al garete. Let's see how they translate it here. Your grades have gone downhill. Cuesta abajo. A ver, ¿cómo lo ponen aquí? To go downhill. Irse cuesta abajo. You say the same thing. But we also use uphill para decir algo que es muy difícil. This has been an uphill battle. Una batalla cuesta arriba. So uphill versus downhill. Downhill is also a kind of skiing. So you seguís el esquí. So what happens when you summit a mountain? Well, it's all downhill from there. All right, I've got another one for you here. Let's see if you get this one. How do mountains hear so well? How do mountains hear? ¿Cómo escuchan? ¿Cómo oyen tan bien? Oh, thanks to mountaineers. No. Thanks to mountaineers. Montañero, montañera, a mountaineer, mountain ears. This is a kid-friendly joke, uno que puedes contar a un niño, right? So, how do mountains hear so well? ¿Cómo escuchan tan bien las montañas? Well, it's thanks to their mountaineers. Mountaineers. Mountaineer, una palabra, y no se escribe como oreja, E-A-R. La final es mountain más E-E-R-S. Es una persona que va a la montaña, ¿no? Que practica esto. So, how do mountains hear so well? Thanks to mountaineers. Okay, why didn't the man want to climb the mountains anymore? Okay. Why didn't the man want to climb the mountains anymore? Well, he just couldn't see the point. He couldn't see the point. No veía el porqué, la razón. He couldn't see the point. La punta de la montaña. No le sacó ningún no. I don't see the point of this. No entiendo el porqué. ¿Por qué estamos haciendo eso? We use that point a lot there. I just wanted to point it out. Hey, we're looking at a lot of vocabulary today, all while we learn with corny jokes, movies, and music. So he couldn't see the point. No vio el porqué, la razón. No vio la punta de la montaña. All right. Last one. This is the hardest one to understand. I'll warn you right now. Why can't you play hide and seek with mountains? ¿Por qué no puedes jugar al escondite? Hide and seek, que son dos verbos irregulares. Apunta. Hide, hid, hidden. Seek, sought, sought. What? Yeah, that's why I told you. So hide, hid, hidden, no hidden. La última es hidden, o escondido, oculto, también es el adjetivo. And the other one, seek, sought, sought. But together it's hide and seek. No es and. Hide and seek. El and lo unimos con el principio, como ves. And that's el escondite. So why can't you play hide and seek with mountains? Well, because they always peak. No. All right, well, a peak, evidentemente, picos de Europa, right, is a mountain peak, P-E-A-K. Sin embargo, la palabra peak, P-E-E-K, que suena exactamente igual, es espiar, echar un vistazo. So it's what you say when you're playing hide and seek. Okay, don't peek. No mires. No. It's to take a secretive look. Are you peeking? No peeking. No debes mirar, no. No vistazos, right, to peek. But also peek, it's a homophone for peek. So you get it now? I think that was the hardest one to understand. Why can't you play hide and seek with the mountains? Because they always peak. I know. But if you didn't know the word, now you do, amigos. And you know what? That's something worth celebrating.
Birthdays for you. Birthdays for me. Birthdays for everyone on the show with no name.
right, amigos, it's famous birthdays only on the show with no name. And again, I know you guys love hearing my daughter's voice as much as I do, I think.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. We love you. We love you.
Happy birthday, Chris Valrol. Let's see who she shares a birthday with. The first person, well, his name is Culo Trasero. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Culo o trasero. That's right. What? Yeah. It's also the name of the beer on The Simpsons. Ajá. Y también hay un artista que se llama Hillary. O sea, es un nombre que habéis oído. Now, this guy's real name is Michael Andrew, but nobody knows him as that. Everybody knows him as Culo o Trasero. Now, how would you know him? Well, you might know him as the bassist of Guns N' Roses. That's right. The bassist of Guns N' Roses, who rejoined the band in 2016 for the Not in This Lifetime tour, which I was at. Oh, my God. And then they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This guy is also a writer as well. He, as well as being a bassist for one of the biggest rock bands ever, he also writes for Seattle Weekly, Playboy, ESPN. So he's an avid writer as well as a bassist. Number two, this very talented and attractive actress was born today in 1964. She's won many awards, 2 Golden Globes, 4 Primetime Emmy Awards, and she's been nominated for 3 Academy Awards. She's also won 5 Tony Awards. That's theater over there. You might know her from Ozark. That's one of her latest projects that she was in. Ozark, which is on Netflix. She was also in Wild Iris. My Name is Lucy Barton. These were some of her plays that she was in. The movies you'd recognize her from: Lorenzo's Oil, Primal Fear with Richard Gere and Edward Norton, Vaya Peliculón, The Truman Show, Mystic River, Love Actually. I mean, we're talking about some seriously good movies. Nocturnal Animals. Hey, we were talking about some wildlife before over there. All right, so that is number 2. And number 3, and we're not counting Chris because she's in a category of her own. This guy was born in 1950. He has the same last name as Morgan, but they're not related at all, as far as I know. And this well, they're different colors, so maybe, I don't know. Maybe they're distant cousins, right? Well, this guy is known for voicing Jafar in Disney's Aladdin franchise. En la franquicia Aladdin. We call it Aladdin. And he's done many other things as well, but his real claim to fame, su razón por ser conocido, is for voicing Jafar in Aladdin. The original Aladdin, which you guys know who the genie was, right? The genie in the American, in the English version, is Robin Williams. If you haven't seen that in English, you're missing Robin Williams being manic, being Robin Williams, what he does best. All right, going once, going twice. Well, our famous birthdays today: Chris Valrol, Duff McKagan, Duff es culo trasero, Duff McKagan from Guns N' Roses. Number 2, Laura Linney, excellent actress. I'm a huge fan. And the last one, Jonathan Freeman. And Chris, you got it. Nice job. And here's your Say What soundbite over here. This is Jafar, played by birthday boy Jonathan Freeman. And he says, "Your Majesty certainly has a way with dumb animals. Su Majestad realmente tiene un don to have a way with. Apúntate esa. Right? He certainly has a way with dumb animals, animales tontos. Sí que tiene un don. Now then, y ahora, perhaps I can devise a solution to this thorny problem. And a thorny problem, well, what is a thorn? A thorn es una espina from a rose, right? The Guns N' Roses, mira, fíjate. I didn't plan that. Well, thorns are what you can prick your finger on. In fact, I was riding my bike this weekend and I sliced up my hand with thorns. It's also a really good song by Poison. Every rose has its thorn. So espinoso, let's see, a ver cómo lo traducen. Thorny. No, throny, no, thorny. Thank you. Espinoso. Espinoso, escabroso. Controvertido, polémico, peliagudo. Wow, you got a lot of ways to say thorny. So he goes, this thorny problem, not horny, cachondo. It would require the use of a mystic blue diamond. Requiere el uso de un diamante azul, mágico, místico. Remember, not diamond, diamond. It is necessary to find the princess's suitor. And a suitor es pretendiente. Suitor es como traje con O-R. Let's hear the birthday boy doing Jafar.
Your Majesty certainly has a way with dumb animals. Now then, perhaps I can divine a solution to this thorny problem. But it would require the use of a mystic blue diamond. It is necessary to find the princess's suitor.
Hi, hello, Alberto. I think the song is... No? Sorry, bye.
Name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. Name that lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. It's name that lyric only on the show with no name.
All right. It's Name That Lyric, and great job to each and every one of you. Keep up the great work. Seriously. You got Ximena Holiday up next with her program, Test Your English. I couldn't leave you in better hands all afternoon. You've got amazing shows here on Vaughn Radio, so download the free app. Don't forget about our trivia night, too, this coming week. It's February 7th, 2024. All the information is available. If you're following Vaughn on social media, you'll see it all there. All right, this song is called Estranged. It's by Guns N' Roses, and estranged means separado, distanciado. If you're estranged, you don't talk to that person. And this song is awesome. If you don't know it, you're going to love it. It's just amazing. So it starts out saying, when you're talking to yourself and nobody's home. Cuando estás hablando contigo mismo y no hay nadie en casa. You can fool yourself. Te puedes engañar a ti mismo. You came in this world alone. Llegaste a este mundo solo. So nobody ever told you, baby, how it was gonna be. Así no te comentaron cómo iban a ir las cosas. If you don't know the song, give it a listen. It's amazing. It's Guns N' Roses, and it's Estranged. Thank you so much, everybody. And we'll be back tomorrow with more. I promise. Ciao. Nobody's home alone.